Please welcome the Executive Director of the Empire State Pride Agenda, Alan Van Capelle.
Wilhelmina Perry, who is profiled in our video, is here with us this evening. At over 70 years of age, she is the most graceful and effective advocate for change I have ever met in my entire life. And before I say anything else this evening, I would like us to give her a round of applause and thank her for what she's doing for us. Tonight we are here in a packed ballroom, more than 1,100, the most we've ever had at a Pride Agenda dinner. And we're here tonight because we know that discrimination of any type is wrong, and it's even worse when it's legally orchestrated by our government. We are here tonight because as a community we know that the Constitution of the United States and of New York was written for us too. This evening, the leaders of the labor movement and of Wall Street, of churches and of synagogues are sitting side by side with us because their conscience demands they could no longer sit silent while their gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered neighbors and coworkers suffer the daily injustices that come with not being a free people. We are here tonight because we believe in the miracle of New York that called so many of our ancestors to its shores, and because we believe that miracle is meant for us too, and we're not going to give up on it. We don't have to run through the 1,500 different ways New York leaves behind gay people. The injustices and the discrimination that Wilhelmina speaks about are not new to us. We have felt them in our being. We have experienced them firsthand. Some of us may want to get married, and some of us may never want to get married. But the one thing we can agree on is that in New York, we are denied equal rights and equal status, and tonight we say enough. We have been humiliated, discriminated against, isolated in our communities, and tonight we say enough. Enough of our schools still being not safe for our children, and transgendered people being fired from their jobs simply because of who they are. Enough. As a community, we have been made to beg for every right and every benefit. We have won this far, and it's enough. We have supported politicians with our checkbooks and our votes, who have then walked away from us when we were attacked by the religious right because they feared losing a single vote in an election, and tonight we finally say to them, enough. There comes a moment in a movement when a people gets pushed down so many times that they rise up and say enough is enough. Not anymore. We're better than this. New York is better than this, not in our New York. Tonight is that night. Now, I know some of you are angry and upset about the homophobic and bigoted ruling we had from the court this past summer. I am too. But like Wilhelmina, I think we have two choices. We could either curl up in a ball and give up, or we can fight. Now, whether it was AIDS, or hate crimes, or Sanda, this community has never run away from a fight, and we're not going to begin this year, regardless of what that Court of Appeals had to say to us. Now, Anne Hathaway said her parents are here today. I'm glad she's here, and I'm really glad her parents are here. My parents are here, too, and so is my twin sister, Lynn, and my adorable boyfriend, Matthew. But I have to tell you, I remember when I was growing up, whenever anything broke in our house, my father would just go down to the basement, and he would grab a tool from the toolbox. And it didn't matter what was broken, my dad had something in that toolbox that could fix the problem. Now we have a problem here in New York. We're treated differently than everybody else. You know it's wrong, I know it's wrong, and Albany knows it's wrong, only they're not going to do anything about it because we haven't forced them to. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into our toolbox. And that's exactly what the Pride Agenda has been doing for the last 3 years. We have been building a community toolbox that will allow us to win everything we seek from Albany. We have had 3,000 face-to-face conversations with New Yorkers. We have organized over 20 town hall meetings. We have met with more editorial boards than I knew existed in the state of New York, and we have brought over 600 people to Albany to lobby their legislature face-to-face. Now, some people said, you need religious people in your toolbox if you're going to win in New York. But they're never going to be with you. Really? 3 years ago, we stood up on this podium and said we were going to take back the pulpit from the religious right. I'm here to tell you that there are 650 religious leaders in over 350 congregations in 28 faith traditions across New York State. I say if we haven't taken back the pulpit yet, we've certainly made a good start. Now, other people said, New York's a union state. You can't do anything without union leaders on your side. They're never going to be for gay rights legislation. Really? We've organized unions from one end of this state to the other. And if the Teamsters on Long Island can recognize gay marriage, don't you think Albany can recognize gay marriage?